Welcome back, good fellas, and what's up? We got Tony here and some questions to ask him.
Fire away, Brig.
If you haven't got a clue, Tony's got the answer for you.
First question.
All right.
Which type of stone is the easiest to break?
It would be probably travertine. Travertine is a riverbed marble because back, if you remember, the back of travertine are actually all travertine is filled with a lot of holes. And then they usually fill the top with like a colored Portland cement to fill the holes to match the color of the stone. So that you could probably break pretty easily. And then a regular marble would be next. The denser the material, the harder it is to break.
Branching off the question,
Okay.
asking like a 0.5, a 1.5 question.
Okay, 1.5 question.
How do people normally break travertine and marble since it is easy to break?
Well, it's usually when something's already in, if it's installed correctly, it's supported underneath, so it's hard to break. You'd have to basically drop a heavy, one of those mixers or something, and if it was in your kitchen, something really heavy on it, usually on a corner or something, to break it off. If it's not supported, if there's a bigger overhang or something like that, if you were to hit it again with something hard, it would break. It's a lot easier to chip because it's a softer material. Again, the harder, the denser the material, the harder it is to break. But a lot of times, people will use it. Like if you look at our floor here, this is a travertine. A lot of times when you're just handling it or cutting it, it'll break. It's just because there's a void in the bag. And a lot of times, you go to make the cut and you go and you cut it and then it falls off. And you realize when you flipped it over that there was a big void in the back that you didn't realize. So you recut it. So it's usually because there's a void in it, or sometimes there's a crack already in it. And usually that's why we do a lot of the different fiberglass rotting in the back of stone. Even some granites, sometimes the granites that have more movement variation, have more of the different quartz and stuff like that in it, there'll be different, they call them fissures. They're in every stone. Not so much the tire like the absolute blacks or something like that, but the stuff that has a lot of movement and variation will have these fissures in them. And sometimes you don't know if it's going to come apart or not. And a lot of times, not a lot, thank God, not a lot. But once in a while, you'll see guys pick up a slab with the forklift and it's in the clamp, and the slab will just fall and break. And the only thing left in the clamp is the part that was in the clamp. Because near the top there was a crack or a fissure, which we didn't know about. So that's why it's always important when you're moving slabs to be on the ends of the slab, not in the middle.
Yeah, because you don't want to get crushed.
Because you don't know. You just, natural stone, you just don't know if there's a fissure or a crack somewhere that you didn't see.
Yeah. And we've had that happen before here.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, and it's costly. But luckily, knock on wood, nobody's gotten hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're thankful for that.
Yes.
Second question of
Okay.
the day. How do you get big pieces of stone on the ceiling?
That is all manpower.
What?
It's all manpower. So basically what you do is, let's say we're doing a shower, because that's normally where we would put stone on the ceiling. What you want to do is you would put the back wall up first. Then you put the both side of the walls in. And then what you want to do is you would take the ceiling piece, you put the mastic or the glue on the ceiling, and then you want to slide it in above the walls, the three walls.
Okay.
So then the walls, in essence, hold the piece up.
That makes sense. That makes it seem a lot easier.
That's ideal. Sometimes, you have to just basically put it up there, put some 2x4s and brace it, and then put the walls up. But ideally, the way you want to do it is put the back wall up, the two sides, and then slide the top one in. And this way, the walls will hold the weight of the ceiling piece.
Yeah, because I can't imagine somebody standing there like...
Yeah, and there are times where we've had, guys standing there, waiting to get the braces in, and it's heavy. And, you find you have that extra little bit of strength that you didn't think you had because you don't want to drop it under your head.
Yeah.
So, your arms could be shaking, but you're not letting it go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And a lot of times when you get on an installation, it becomes manpower. Here we have, You know, we have the forklift, we have the clamps, we have everything we need to move it around in the shop. When you get to the installation, especially, and we have carts to wheel it. That's why we always say on these big islands, do we have a straight shot in? Because if we do, it's a lot easier to do a full island. But when there's stairs or anything like that, it is just manpower.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
from the other episode when you were talking about carrying that big piece
Yeah,
up the
3 flights of
stairs.
stairs. Yeah, it is just manpower.
That's wild.
Yeah. Separates the men from the boys.
True. And it's like a workout at work.
It is, yeah. There's no need to go to the gym after
Yeah,
a day like that.
Those are all the
Okay.
questions I have for you today.
Okay, that was good stuff.
It was. Thank you for answering our question as always.
My pleasure.
We will see you guys again next week with yet another episode of Ask Tony Tuesday, so stay tuned. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful Tuesday as well. And we'll see you later.
Quiet on the set, please. Quiet on the set. Filming. Here's Tony.